Available whenever you want it on the TJ and Riggins app. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Well, a lot of things have been out of whack, to say the least. If you are listening to us on one of our many radio affiliates and you started listening earlier in the morning, what you heard was recorded content, they say, that we had done ahead of time. So we are now live for the first time in a week. My name is TJ, and I've had over a week to think about, or a week now, to think about what I was going to tell you when I came back on behind this microphone. And it's not something that I could sit and write down and say, I want to say this and I want to say that and I want to go from this to that. And then I realized that our relationship with you has never been a true textbook relationship that broadcasters have with their audiences. We've always called you our radio family, and we mean it. So why would I sit and write a script to present to family members who are very upset and curious at the same time, that want information? So we'll start from the beginning. Last Monday afternoon, early afternoon, maybe even in the noon hour, I don't remember completely. My friend Jenny called. She was in a meeting in Charlotte. We live in a suburb of Charlotte. And she said something is going on at Ace's house that's not good. I said, how do you know? And she owns a big gym workout facility in Mooresville where we live, and all of the police and firefighters, first responders, and all work out there. So one of them had called her, and I said, okay. And I just jumped in my truck and I sped over there. When I got there, the only people there were neighbors who were, at a distance, curious, and then the police and firefighters and emergency personnel. I walked up, and the captain, detective on the scene, recognized me, and he came out and he talked to me for a little bit and told me that they had found Ace deceased inside the house. And, I thought back in late July of 2020 that the hardest thing I had ever had to do was to drive into Charlotte, where Ace was living at the time, and go up to his apartment basically in the middle of the night and comfort him because his daughter had just had a wreck and had been killed. This was even harder. This was, and the detective said, I know that you guys are like family. And people say that a lot when they're talking about their close friends, but I've known him, and we've lived every day of our lives with each other since 1991. So even beyond family. So I'm a little long in the segment here. Today's show is going to be just a series of answers. If you've got questions, we'll do the best we can to answer and to catch you up on all of the things that have been going on in the life of this show and in our lives with Ace. So we'll get more into it coming up next.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
What you doing there, Greg?
Oh, hey, Katie. I'm making my world-famous Greg Nog.
Well, if it's so world famous, how come I don't know about it?
There's a lot you don't know about me. Like how I just ordered truckloads of our most popular items at Sweet Dreams.
You did what?
Shh.
Right now, save up to 70% on overstocks, clearance, and closeouts. In stock and ready to rock. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. Watch the TJ and Riggins Show with new Carolina-specific content, deals, and more. Available to check out every weekday. Add it to your phone's home screen today. This is the TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show.
Okay, today it's not going to be just a nonstop sad event. We're gonna do a lot of stuff about Ace. That we're gonna have some good memories, good stories, a lot of stuff from you, the radio family. But first, we have to answer a lot of questions that, to be honest with you, up until his passing, we haven't been able to talk about, because everybody knows that has followed this show, and everybody who cares about Ace knows that the past few years have been just one obstacle after another when it comes to him. You know, from his daughter dying to divorces to his mother dying, and all of the things that have gone on in his life, to the point where everybody's just like, man, the guy just can't catch a break. He can't catch a break. He and I were in contact with each other usually several times a week. He was found deceased Monday. I had talked to him Friday. The reason we had split the show up is because of all of the things that he was going through, all of the turmoil, all of the heaviness in his life that had been brought upon him. And on the show from that point on, we never talked about any of that, because not only were we trying to protect him as much as possible, when you're going through a divorce and there are all kinds of things happening and all, and especially, you know, if it's not just going smoothly, you know, you don't want to say anything that is going to, you know, you want to protect both of them. So whatever information that we have, and his ex-wife Amanda. And we're also not going to get into any of those types of details or anything like that. But he was still text me and asked me if he could come up here. He see if anybody was using the studio in the afternoon, because he was working on demos and things like that. That was the last text conversation I had with him, and the last voice conversation was a couple of days before that. So it wasn't a situation where we didn't remain good friends whenever the show changed. And that, you know, that's another thing. It was, you know, so difficult to take a show that had been, you know, professional, from a professional standpoint. We'd built the brand for 30 something years, and for it to just all go away and have to start over was you know, the last thing that I wanted or that he wanted. It was tough. But through all of that, we still remained friends. We still remained family. We were in contact with each other, like I said, regularly, as well as he and Riggins, he and Rob. He was still Ace to us, just going through some very difficult things. All right, we got to take another break. But listen, if you do have to go to work and you're missing segments, make sure you go get the podcast, because we're gonna open everything up and answer as many questions as possible. Anything you may have been wondering about before, or just that came up in the last week. Okay, so you'll go get the podcast on our homepage, tjriggins.com, or Spotify or Apple Music, wherever, if you want to catch up later. And sorry, we have the time constraints and everything, but we're doing the best we can. All right, so we'll do more coming up next.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Hey, it's TJ, and when the famous company Cozy Earth begged me to endorse one of their products, I said, okay, I'll do it. And I absolutely love my Bubble Cuddle Blanket from Cozy Earth. It's so soft, it's so heavy, it's fantastic. Now, you can get my big discount on all their products, but if you want to get a Bubble Cuddle Blanket of your own and save 41%, go to tjriggins.com/deals. tjriggins.com/deals with the promo code TJ. Don't miss out on this huge savings.
Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. Watch the TJ and Riggins Show with new Carolina-specific content, deals, and more available to check out every weekday. Add it to your phone's home screen today. Point and stare at TJ and Riggins anytime you want on YouTube. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Okay, this is very difficult. I'm not going to lie. It's difficult, but I appreciate so much, just like we always do, whenever there's something that we come to you as a radio family and we need your help with, whether it be a charity event or something personal going on in our lives or whatever, you're always there for us. And this is no different in the outpouring of love over the past week after we found out the news that Ace had died. It's been incredible, and we're going to be doing a lot this week in memory of Ace. And look, it's been frustrating the past week because there have been a lot of people jumping on public forums and on airwaves and everything, speaking on behalf of Ace, like they were Ace's best friend. And he would have hated that. Some of the people speaking for him, he didn't care for at all. And, just to be honest with you, it was very frustrating. And I was looking forward to being able to come on and give you, our radio family, the official information about Ace and the way things have been going for him in his life and what the situation truly is. We were his family. There was no ill will between us and him in any way, quite the opposite. I know we're not going to sit here and worry about what people have said on social media and go point by point, and this person said this and this person said that. But if it is something that I think that may be in other people's minds, I want to squash it. One of the things that I saw was somebody who was still under the impression that Ace and Lindsay still didn't like each other from when she left the show 8 years ago. But that is not true. 8 years is a long time, and people age and people grow and all of that, and y'all were in no way on the outs with each other.
Never.
Lindsay was at his daughter's funeral there to support him. He told me that he thought it was great that Lindsay came back to the show. So there was none of that. But again, there are some people who have been, out in public acting like they were all, buddy when they weren't, and they're not. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Monday morning, before I got the call about Ace, I was griping about him, and y'all saw me. So as long as we're all coming clean, I'm going to tell why I was griping about Ace all the way up until Monday morning. So we'll do that next.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Greg Nog time.
What you doing there, Greg?
Oh, hey, Katie. I'm making my world famous Greg Nog.
Well, if it's so world famous, how come I don't know about it?
There's a lot you don't know about me. Like how I just ordered truckloads of our most popular items at Sweet Dreams.
You did what?
Shh.
Right now, get a copper pillow top mattress starting at just $449. In stock and ready to rock. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, TJRiggins.com. Oh, look, our new subscribe button, where you can make sure you're getting the new shows right when they're posted. Find listening options for Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, social media sites, and more. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
When it comes to all things real estate, especially in the Lake Norman area, there is no one better than the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. We've used them for years. They're our friends, and you are going to love them. Just go to tjriggins.com/Temple Team. tjriggins.com/Temple Team.
This is the TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show.
Okay, I've just been informed that I've been saying the days wrong all morning. It was Tuesday that I got the call that something was wrong with Ace, and it wasn't Monday. Because Monday was the day he did something that I was griping about Tuesday. That's what it was. So I told y'all that he would still come up here probably about once a week. He'd ask, "Hey, anybody using the studio this afternoon? I'm gonna come in there and work on some stuff." So he would come in and work on things, and then I could always tell when he had been in here because the stuff was adjusted in the wrong place. The lights that we have to use, which one of them's gone out now, it went out up there, but it was always set way higher than what I use it because he was way taller, and just little things out of place that he wouldn't put back. I mean, like, "Damn, Ace, put the stuff back." So Tuesday I came in here and we spent 10 minutes having to figure out troubleshooting why something wasn't working. And finally found it was because Ace unplugged something to plug into his computer and then didn't plug it back in. So I'm like, I got to call him today. Man, if you're going to do it, just put the stuff back where you got it. And I said, look at this. You just leaving crap like he forgot this. And it's a thumb drive. And I didn't think anything. I said, well, it looks like I got a new adapter for my computer and a thumb drive or whatever. Put it in the desk drawer and, was going to tell him next time you're in there, you left your thumb drive or whatever. And then come to find out he left it for me. So, so I came up here and got it. I took it home and I took it up into my office. And my wife Jody, who's here this morning, she said, "I guess you want to watch that by yourself, don't you?" I said, "Yeah, I think I do." And it was a lot of sad stuff, and obviously I'm not going to tell you exactly what was on it, but it was sad, and let me just leave it at that. Sad. I wish I could share everything that is on this with everybody, because, you know, I hate to 1 minute say y'all are family and then the next minute go, well, I can't show you that or tell you that. But that's just the way some of it is, you know. It's going to have to be that way. I mean, heart-wrenching. But the good news is I did get a free adapter out of it.
Silver lining.
Always. All right, so more coming up.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
Buying diamonds in Antwerp, Belgium, like R. Gregory Jewelers does, is something special. You look at it, weigh it, look again. It's nice, but could it be better? Now, do that 10, 20, 50, or even more times. Your diamond is extra special, so we go the extra mile, literally, to the diamond capital, where selection and value are the best. We won't leave until the perfect one is found for you and everyone we're there for. To R. Gregory Jewelers, that really is something special.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, TJRiggins.com. Oh, look, our new subscribe button, where you can make sure you're getting the new shows right when they're posted. Find listening options for Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, social media sites, and more. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
If you live in the Charlotte area and you need furniture, then you need Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress. We love them, and you will too. So go to tjriggins.com/sweetdreams for Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress. Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Point and stare at TJ and Riggins anytime you want on YouTube. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
All right. Doesn't get any easier. I've been trying to keep myself busy, which is odd for me because I try to, most of the time in my normal being, I like to try to keep myself as not busy as possible. But since we got word Tuesday of Ace's passing, I've been trying to keep moving, keep going, so as to not really let it settle in. But we have stuff set up on our homepage where you can share any memories or questions or anything you have about Ace. And thank you so much for all of the sweet messages that we've gotten, all of the prayers, and for his family and for all of us that are close to him. It really means so much. And then when people start their message, I'm sure you've gotten a ton of these, like, kind of as to say, I get, mine probably doesn't matter, but I just wanted to say it, but it does. We appreciate each and every message that we've gotten. So just go to tjriggins.com, and then there is a banner at the top that says Remembering Ace. And you can share videos, you can share text, if you just want to say, hey, one of the things that I remember most was when y'all played that joke on Ace about, whatever. And then, or if you've got a picture where you've met him somewhere and had your picture taken with him, that's great. Man, I was going through a lot of old pictures the other day, and whew, I don't want to make it about me, but when I contracted obesity, I got it hard looking at those old pictures.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Yeah, and he got cured of it during that time.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
You flip-flopped.
Yeah, I caught it off of him.
Yeah.
And then he took off with it.
Super contagious, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you think we ought to do next? You as the radio family. How do we play things now? Do we continue to come up with ways to to preserve his memory? First and foremost, I think that the prayers should really be on his two sons, Cade and Dax. Everybody needs the prayers, but he left behind two sons. One's 22, and the other is not even 2. And they're going to need it, the most. Trust me. We have been in contact with Cade, his older son, and as a matter of fact, I was part of the group that went and told him, and then he wanted me to go with him to tell his mom, whom we've known for 30-something years as well. So it's hard, as you can imagine. So if you want to leave your favorite memory or ask any questions or whatever, just go to tjriggins.com and then click on Ace Memories or Remembering Ace and that banner on the top, and then we'll get to them.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Every weekday, the Extra Funny podcast is available at tjriggins.com. It's uncensored and, well, extra funny. Extra Funny is sponsored by Eric Javits. Find your next great hat at Eric Javits. Get 20% off your order today by going to tjriggins.com/deals. That's tjriggins.com/deals. Then use promo code TJ at checkout.
Hey Charlotte, ready to enjoy a chef-prepared meal using delicious seasonal ingredients without ever having to leave your home? Table and Twine is the answer. Have a world-class dining experience without ever leaving your house. Learn more at tjriggins.com/tableandtwine.
Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. The easiest way ever to hear the new TJ and Riggins shows, archives, podcasts, watch the show, and more. Add it to your phone's home screen today. This is the TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show.
So we're talking about Ace, who was found deceased in his home Tuesday, and we're already missing him. I'm going to say we're going to miss him. We're already missing him. But we want to include you in as much as we can, in as much stuff as possible when it comes to, tributes, memorials, that kind of thing. Ace loved the limelight. He was he was far more into being a performer, that I am. I mean, he wanted to be a rock star at any opportunity he could. And we would butt heads over that sometimes because I wouldn't, I'm like, no, you go do that. I'm not, that's not me. That's not me, So that's why, he ended up in a band playing that crazy rock and roll that the kids play. But he didn't love that attention and that adoration from so many people just because, he was doing it to feed his ego or because he was selfish. Because I think when you get performers like that are so caught up in how an audience of adoring fans makes them feel, and that's selfish. But he also, he really loved the people. He truly was not ever doing anything just for himself. He loved the fact that whatever he could do or that we could do meant something to people. We both, we always had said that, it's not just, we're not just in here doing a radio show to entertain people. We want to get people emotionally attached to whatever it is we're doing. And that means if you're happy, laughing is emotional response. If you're sad, you're crying. If you're mad, you're lashing out. But as long as you got that emotional attachment, then you're getting something from us. We're not just taking from you, like ratings or whatever. You're getting something out of it in the deal. He loved to be loved. And we picked on him about that all the time. Oh, look at me, rock star. But it wasn't in vain just because of the feeling it gave him. And I used to tell, Riggins, I'd go, well, we need a happy medium because I'm the other way. I'm too far the other way, so I'm holding us back on things. And he's, wanting to be John Bon Jovi. So we need something in the middle.
Yeah.
Point being is he never took you for granted. We made that deal when we started out. No matter what, don't ever take the audience for granted. And he lived that. He stayed true to it. Got more coming up.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
Lily and Grace is an incredible boutique in Mooresville, North Carolina that was built from a lifetime of experience in the interior design and home renovation businesses. Beautiful furniture and interior design elements ready to tell your home's story. Lily and Grace offers a wide range of products that can be customized to accommodate every corner of your home. They truly create pieces of art, and we are so proud to be working with them. Learn more at lilyandgrace.com. That's lilyandgrace.com.
Let's go. It's now easier than ever at the homepage, TJRiggins.com. The TJ and Riggins Show, Extra Funny, The Week in Review, and all the new and past podcasts. Listen, fast forward, download, and share. Add it to your phone's home screen today.